Alright, it's time for more Tekken 8 Season 2 changes. This time we're going over Devil Jin, who was like one of my favorite characters since Tekken 5 because he was basically Tekken 3 Jin, but more anime and cooler. That is until Tekken 8, because now we have Jin doing Devil Jin things. In Season 2, they want to expand his offensive options in neutral and enhance his heat state, so let's get into the changes. First up, in the emergency patch, all wall crush moves that were plus 10 or more no longer give a wall crush animation. So Devil Jin's down back 1 to the second level. As you can see, there's no wall crush. It is still plus 17 though, which is really fucking stupid. It just doesn't give a wall crush animation, but it's still heavy plus, so you still get a mix up there. Next we have CD4-3. This is a new HELLSWEEP extension, which is basically Morning Crow 3, especially now because Morning Crow 3 got buffed. It now tornadoes on hit. I don't think it did that before. I think it was counter hit. Maybe it was heat. I can't really remember Season 1. But from a HELLSWEEP. It's Morning Crow 3 from a HELLSWEEP. So on hit, it's a combo. On block, well, we don't know what this is on block, because if you block, you don't get the extension. However, you'll notice something there. Still using up heat. Even on whiff, if you try to do CD4 1 plus 2, it doesn't come out. If you do CD4 3, it's still using the heat. Which I find kind of odd. I don't know if it's meant to be doing that or if that's a bug. To me, I don't think it should be doing that. But this HELLSWEEP is ridiculous, by the way, because of the way it bounds. You see that it acts as a normal bound. Yeah, see, it bounds the opponent facing towards you, whereas this bounds them with their back towards you, which means less combo potential. Now just think about this for a second. There was a time when people complained about this HELLSWEEP. It was like a year ago now. And the reason for that is because this HELLSWEEP, the combo, oh my god, of course when I'm recording. Why does nothing work when I'm recording? Really? There we go, finally. Jeez. People complained about that combo damage because it was dealing up like 52 or something like that. So it got nerfed and it was dealing like 45 of them. And here we are a year later. Season 2 drops and we have basically a GIGA HELLSWEEP. So just to show you what this can do normally... Ah, dropped it, what? Really? $61. Every time. 61. There is a way to actually get 70, but that combo is really annoying to do because it's a dash there, and then you have to dash into a while standing 3. It's really awkward, it's really inconsistent, but it can give you 70. There's also this. I'm doing the lazy version here because screw it. 63. But that was assuming you don't have access to a wall, because as soon as you do, 80. Possibly more, if you have a stage interaction. From a HELLSWEEP. Remember, there was a time we complained about 52 damage. He now does 80, or well, 60 to 80 plus damage. Next we have down forward 1-2, which is now natural on hit, knocks down for plus 20. It is minus 9 on block, but the second hit is a high that you can duck. It is delayable though. But if you delay it, it's no longer natural. You have to press it. You can only delay it on counter hit, I believe. Yeah, you can only delay it on counter hit. Still wall splats as well. Oh. How did I mess that up? What? What? Of course, whenever I'm recording. Never mind, screw it. Nothing works when I record. They've also given Devil Jin something new, down forward 1-4. As you can see, this is not natural on normal hit, and it is minus 13 on block. However, on counter hit, it is natural. And as you can see, it's delayable, just like down forward 1-2. As you can see, the second hit is a 20 frame mid that knocks down for plus 16. Or you can hold forward and go into Morning Crow at plus 16. And when you do that, nothing here is steppable. Of course, that one isn't steppable, it's a homing attack. Look at that. Nothing is steppable. Nice. Also, thus wall splats. I will get this combo. I will get this combo. Wait, I think I stepped the wrong way, that's why. Really? There we go, finally. I can do combos. Why does nothing work when I record? Holy shit. Also on counter hit, as you can see, this doesn't really do anything different than landing at a normal hit. It's just, it becomes natural on counter hit. You've seen me use this in the combo already, but Morning Crow 4-2 has a new extension, which is 1. You can't just stop at the 1. But if you hold up forward, you basically get Heaven's Gate. You can also do this from fly. On block, this is minus 16. Morning Crow 4 also got another extension, Morning Crow 4-1, which is kind of like Fly 1. It does basically the same stuff. You see that on hit launches, and it's the same with... Can I space this? Same there. However, they are different on block. As you can see, Fly 1 is minus 3, but 4-1 is plus 1 instead, but it is a high attack. You can duck it if you think that's what the Devil Jin player is going for. Also, in a combo, this does actually cause a hard aerial tailspin, so you can do something like this. Pretty cool, I guess, for combos. Oh, that doesn't work. Wow, that sucks. Another new move is Morning Crow 1+2. This is a 20 frame unblockable high. As you can see, it gives plus 5 on hit. And it's unblockable, so you can't block the damn thing anyway. It also does 12 damage. In heat, however, it's basically Devil Jin's old heat smash grab thing, but now it's just a heat move. Which means you can be doing this multiple times when you're in heat. Back forward 2-3 is a natural mid-high string, as you can see. The high is 19 frames, it is natural on hit. It does wall splats, by the way. Knocks down for the plus 16, but you can also hold forward to go into Morning Crow at plus 14. On block, it is minus 5. I don't think this is as delayable as doing your normal string. Doesn't feel that way to me. Maybe it is delayable, I just don't feel it that way. The up laser, up 1+2, can now also be done using up back 1+2. The reason for this, I assume, is for combos. If you want to dash up, sidestep, and laser. You can land for some reason because of this recording. There we go. But yeah, I assume that's the reason why, because if you step and try to do it, you get this instead. So now you can do that. Also, up back 1+2 used to be straight laser. The input has now changed to down back 1+4. It's kind of an awkward input, I'm not gonna lie. Down forward 2 has now gotten improved tracking, but weirdly enough, it has improved tracking to the right and not to the left. Why exactly? That just seems kind of awkward to me. Why is it tracking that way and not to Devil Jin's weak side? Weird. Basically has no tracking to Devil Jin's right side, so that's the side you're stepping Devil Jin anyway, so I don't get why it has tracking to Devil Jin's left side. Down 1 got a hitbox expansion downward so that it doesn't whiff in certain situations. I assume this has something to do with Xiaoyu or Zafina. Whenever I see something getting its hitbox expanded downward, I just assume they have something to do with it. Also, back 4, if you notice, it has quite a bit of pushback on block. That pushback used to be the same on hit, but now it leaves the opponent closer on hit. CD4-4, the tag 2 HELLSWEEP, is now +7 on hit. This used to be +4 before. Still looks really cool. Always liked this HELLSWEEP. CD1 +2 on hit now knocks down for a guaranteed follow-up. Yeah, there we go. Guaranteed follow-up. Also on block, it is now -5 with pushback. This was -9 before. Morning Crow 2 on hit, as you can see, it's now -1. This was -5 before. On block, it is now -9. This was -13 before. However, Morning Crow 2 is still at least -14. Why they changed that one, I'm not too sure. Back 1 +2 is now +3 on block. It was -1 before, and now it deals 4 chip damage instead of 6. Up Forward 4 also got its hitbox expanded downward so it doesn't whiff in certain situations. Again, I assume this has something to do with Xiaoyu and Zafira, or someone's stance going underneath this somehow. Up 4, as well as fly into any laser move. When Devil Jin lands like that, for some reason it was really hard to actually punish him. His hitbox was a bit weird. So what they've done is they've made hitbox adjustments so that when you attack after Devil Jin does that and you whiff or you block it, your attacks will actually hit. Overall, I think Devil Jin is way stronger than he was in Season 1. They buffed his mids, which I think is fine. Like, he did need some buffs. But I feel like down forward 1-4 into Morning Crow +16 on hit might be a bit much. Because he has that while also giving him a natural on hit +20 knockdown. Also, both of these wall splat. Like, both of them basically give him a knockdown into plus frames, and both coming from a down forward 1. Did he need both? Well, I guess that's why they made this one not natural on hit, but still. Morning Crow 1+2. Outside of heat, this is just it's a really goofy fucking move, honestly. He just palms you to the fucking jaw. Look at, not even to the jaw, he probably just like slaps the side of your face. Weird, but okay. But honestly, Devil Jin still has a scary wave dash. He already had a scary wave dash in Season 1. Look at that. Launching HELLSWEEP. Demon Paw. You have CD1 +2, which now is buffed and knocks down on hit for a guaranteed follow-up. You also have While Standing 2. Launches on normal hit. And now in heat, it's just even crazier than before, because now it's launching homing mid. Launching mid. Of course, While Standing 2 will still be the same. Why am I not getting the While Standing 2? Well, okay. I just can't do things with Devil Jin today. But yeah, the While Standing 2 still launches. And then you have the GIGA buffed HELLSWEEP on top of that. Remember, a year ago, the complaint was Devil Jin doing 52 damage from a HELLSWEEP. We now have a HELLSWEEP that is doing 60 to 80 plus damage all the time. That might be a bit too much. I think it would be fine if it used up a bit more heat time. Like, what is it using now? Like, it's using a 5th, I think. If it used a 3rd, I guess you could consider this a bit more balanced. So I feel like they might just emergency patch drop the damage on that a bit at some point. I'm not entirely sure. Again, I do think it is kind of bugged though. I don't think it should be using heat on whiff. That to me just seems a bit awkward. But I guess the balancing part of this would be the grey health, but I'm not entirely sure. But honestly, Devil Jin does kind of line up with, I guess, Nakatsu's vision for Season 2. Mix up strings, stance pressure, and damage. Devil Jin did need some buffs, though, if we're being honest. Anyway, you guys let me know what you think about Devil Jin's changes. Leave a like if you liked, dislike if you didn't. But seriously, though, who thought this HELLSWEEP was a good at 18 damage HELLSWEEP? Oh, God!